This is gonna be the May video. I hope you enjoy it. I wanted to do 2 videos this month, but I got sick, which I'll end up telling you a little bit about later. But this is still a fun video. I designed a product, a very exciting new product. I take you through the process of like preparing a manufacturing file. We go to the New York Art Book Fair, which was an exciting event. Just a little bit of like casual work day in the life kind of content that I hope you enjoy.
I know it was you. Was it you?
So I'm really excited that my work will be sold at Dream Market Pop-Up on June 1st through June 3rd. It's going to be held at a gallery in Los Angeles alongside really cool work from a bunch of artists I'm a big fan of. I will not be there because I will not be going to LA, but my work will be there. So if you're based in Southern California, you're in LA during these dates and you want to check out a really cool pop-up market, I would highly recommend checking it out. Yeah. Oh, you.
Excuse me.
So before we continue, I want to take a moment to thank Notion for sponsoring this video. I'm so excited to be working with them. If you didn't know, I love Notion. I've used them almost every single day for the past 4 years, so I'm a really big fan. I use it for my daily agenda. I have my calendar in there. I use it to plan YouTube videos. I use it to plan shop updates. I have my recipe book in there. And yeah, it's just a wonderful resource. If you're unfamiliar, Notion is like a digital workspace you can use to plan, organize, keep track of different things, stay inspired, brainstorm. Today, I want to share with you how I use Notion to get my shop updates from start to finish and just stay on track. My first thing I always do is I like to do a little bit of a brainstorm. Notion is just so easy to use and I love using all of like the different text edit features. You can put a little italic here and there, and I do a little brainstorm to decide what kind of products I want to make. Then I like to embed a calendar. I like to work backwards and set deadlines for myself. So if I want to have a sticker sheet, for example, in my hands by the end of the month, I'll set that deadline and then I'll work backwards and say, okay, if the sticker sheets have to be in my hands on this day, that means that I need to have the file sent to the manufacturer on this day. It means I have to have the sketch done even earlier, and so on and so forth. I also love embedding an inline database, and you can customize how you want this database to look. The columns are super customizable, so you can make it into multi-select and set whatever options. You can make the options like designed, sent to the manufacturer, pay, delivered, and so on and so forth. You can also make a column into a checkbox, so you can check it all off when you're done. I also love embedding a board into. You can click and drag based on the status of where a product is at. I made my shop update tracker into a free template for you to download and use, so you can download it and copy it into your own Notion for free. Notion's also free to download and use. You can pay if you want for some more premium features, but yeah, I highly recommend Notion Notion. I use it every day, and it's really, really instrumental to me running my business, and I would recommend it to all of you. So yeah, you can download Notion and let it help you get some projects from start to finish and stay on track. The link will be in my description if you want to try Notion out. Thank you so much to Notion for sponsoring, and let's get back to the video. Hello. I've been really into these Snap Crisp Thins Ritz. Rover's here. Rover, say hi. It's been a minute since I filmed because I ended up getting COVID at the end of April into the first week of May, so that's kind of why I still sound a little bit congested. Fully recovered, I'm testing negative again, but I still have like a bit of congestion left. My illness was pretty moderate. It definitely wasn't mild. It was very, very intense, and I've gotten every vaccine that you're supposed to get up to this point, so stay safe out there. I thought it'd be nice just to do a very average work week and just show you what I've been up to lately. I'm going to be designing another pretty complicated product that I haven't told you guys about. I've showed my patrons already, but I think I'm going to be making an onigiri coin pouch. I had the idea to do this a pretty long time ago. I think like a couple years ago, I was like, oh, that would be cool to do. But it's just something that like I never really ended up doing. I also didn't have the best experience making my socks or my onigiri plushie. It's just kind of challenging for me to work with manufacturers. The process is a lot more complicated than it looks, and also there's just like so much that can go wrong when doing a more complicated product and working with manufacturers on Alibaba. It's like very I've had some difficult experiences over the years. Enough time has passed where I'm feeling a little bit more ready to get back into it. So I'm gonna make the design, I'm gonna buy a sample and just like go for it and see how the sample looks with this one manufacturer. Hello, good morning. It's the next day. Yesterday, I ended up sending the manufacturer my design file for the coin pouch. It was really exciting. I paid for the sample as well. The thing about working with manufacturers on Alibaba is that they're all based in China for the most part. I think they're all based in China. You have to deal with the time difference. When I lived in LA, it wasn't too terrible, but because now I'm back on the East Coast, there's like a 12-hour time difference. So there's just always like a bit of lag when communicating with them. And if I want things done more quickly, you kind of do have to talk to them at times that you wouldn't necessarily be working. So last night, like 10:30, while I was like winding down, getting ready for bed, I was just like awake texting my manufacturer, but we figured a lot of things out. I think it's always a good sign when your manufacturer asks you a lot of clarifying questions. How I wanted the seaweed part of the onigiri stitched to the rice part, which I thought was really interesting. She asked me like, oh, do you want this to be spliced? And I was like, what's spliced? I don't know what that means, because like obviously I'm not very versed in the world of like plushie manufacturing. I was thinking a lot about whether to add a hook to the pouch or not. Personally, when I use a pouch, I do not hook it on anything. So I asked my patrons, who like I love asking them for help on merch stuff because they're always so helpful. And in exchange, my patrons kind of get like a very, very live behind the scenes look at like what I'm designing and stuff. I think the option was like 80% people wanted a hook and 20% of people didn't. And also I think the placement of the hook was throwing me off because I want the onigiri pouch to open like at the top, because I feel like it opening at the side would be kind of confusing. And then I was thinking like, okay, but then when I have the pouch and it hooks onto something, I need the hook to be at the top of the pouch so that the onigiri isn't like sideways hanging off your bag. I think it'll look really good if it's like dangling and you can see like its face, it's like right side up. So then I was like, okay, the hook has to be at the top, but then the zipper's at the top, so I'll put the hook behind the zipper. As you can see, like these are all thought processes in my head when I'm designing this pouch. I found this leek pasta recipe on TikTok and I wanted to show you guys how to make it because I made it the other day and it was just like so spring, so wonderful. You basically chop up some leeks and wash them very thoroughly because they're very dirty vegetables. And then you take your dill and your parsley, you toss that in, you know, let it saute, you salt it, of course, make sure you season. And then you add some lemon zest. I used a full lemon. A lot of lemon is in this recipe. You want to get a nice like lemony acid flavor. Obviously, boil some pasta. I love rigatoni. I think it's the best pasta shape. And then you add in some frozen peas. They don't have to be frozen, but obviously that's easiest. I think here I added way too many peas, so don't add a full bag of peas like I did. And then you just blend it up using lemon juice and chicken stock. And then obviously like taste it and edit the taste to what you prefer. I will say if you don't like dill and parsley, you probably won't like this recipe, but you should try it if you do. I feel like it's a great recipe if you're like, I have not had any veggies in a week or something and you want to eat some vegetables. And it was just so bright and summery and light, but still delicious. And then I recommend adding a little bit of parm to the pasta because I think Parmesan makes everything taste delicious. And then also I added some queso fresco on top. This was not in the original person's recipe. I think she might have used burrata, but I did not have burrata. But I had some queso fresco, so I was like, let me try it with queso fresco, and it's really not bad. So yeah, let me know if you tried this recipe out. I didn't realize how much I enjoy cooking with leeks. And yeah, this has definitely been in my weekly rotation a lot lately, so I wanted to share with you all the recipe. That's all. Bye. What the fuck? What was that?
I guess if I take the disc, it shows up. Gotta run fast.
Oh my god! Will it follow you?
I don't think so. Oh.
It's following you! It's following you! The graphics in this game is really good.
Oh Oh shit, it takes like a heart from me.
Ooh, Robert, you're the firecracker!
So much for watching. This is gonna be the end of the video. Like I said, I do apologize. I didn't have, the juiciest video for you today. I think because I got sick, it really derailed me. But I did manage to film a second video this month, but that was for my patrons. I just wanted to thank my patrons for just being so wonderful and such like a constant support for me. When I got sick, my patrons were just like so nice and telling me to like, make sure to keep taking breaks, take all the time I need to rest. So as a bit of a thank you, I made my how I paint digitally video, and I think it's a really well done video. It's available for all patrons. You don't have to be in the $5 tier to access it. So you can watch it for $2, and I just kind of take you through my favorite painting brushes, just like my whole digital painting process and how I like to make my illustrations look a bit more traditional, even though I'm digitally illustrating. And so far it's gotten some pretty good feedback from patrons. Thank you so much for watching. Shout out to my patrons, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!